Good morning, pregame crew. It is Friday, March 25th, 2022, 8:22 a.m. Eastern, 6:22 a.m. Mountain Time. Good morning. You are at the pregame show, and this pregame show is brought to you by the Chart Guys. And at the Chart Guys, what we do is we teach technical analysis, and what I do every day is I go over the indices, crypto, commodities, movers and shakers of the day, and I officially get started in 7 minutes. So if you're watching this video later in the day, you can kind of fast forward 7 minutes, or you can kind of listen along and we'll just chit chat with the room. Audio visual check, please. Hi, Ian. Night Truck. How are you, Stephen? Philip. How are you, Philip? Hey, Pavel. Jason doesn't know how to say your name, Ian. Hey, Wave. You know I love that Tilray backburner. You know that's my #1 play for today. You already know. Hey, Matthew. How's Silver treating you, Matthew? Hey, Greg, Veronica. Hey, John. Hey, Blue Dog. Hey, MG. Thank you for being here. My mods, I really, truly appreciate you. Hey, Amira Asia, Matthew D. Yeah, TSM short probably did nothing because semiconductors were on fire. Hey, Colby. Bonjour, Maria. Hey, Tammy. Good morning. It's Friday. Hey, Mary. Hey, Ria. Jonathan, it's sunny in the UK. Who would have thunk it? Hey, Bobo. Chuck, thank you for the audiovisual check, please. I appreciate it. It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback saying, why'd you do this? Why'd you do that? But at the time, it was a decent setup. But as Dan said on yesterday's market recap video, which if you didn't see that, I recommend going to watch that. He went over correlations and how they shift. I mean, semiconductors were so weak. I think it was Tuesday, Wednesday. They were laggards. And then yesterday, they just put their pedal on the metal. And I've told y'all before that semiconductors are the fire in the engine of the market. It's the fuel is what I typically call it. Let's look at it. So this was the semiconductor sector yesterday. Look at that, 9%, 4%. I like hovering so you can see the list. NVIDIA, AVGO, Intel, Qualcomm. So any of these that have like 2%, like TXN, that's probably Texas Instruments. Let's see, ADI, even SWKS. Those could be laggard trades today. Maybe they catch up with their buddies. But no one could have seen that huge move coming. Now, out the gate, the bull volume came in on the first 5 minutes, and it was way stronger than the market. That was a nice clue and a heads up that money was coming into semiconductors, but it didn't give us clues early in the week. Things just shifted yesterday, and money rotates. We're playing musical chairs every day. And the music stopped a few weeks ago when we hit a short-term bottom, let's call it. The music stopped and the money stopped rotating. As long as we're rotating into these various sectors, the market's going to continue its bull move up. Hey, Matthew. Hey, Mary. Mary, you have been all over marijuana. I've seen you post in MJ room. I'm keeping my eye on you. You're all over it. Yeah, can you hit that like button? I'd really appreciate it. Hey, Emmy. Hey, Michael. Hey, Francisco. We are ready for the day for sure. I'll take a look at SDC. Yes, Francisco, you were asking about AMD yesterday. You were all over it. I'm so glad you got paid. So let me scroll back up and start getting the request. The Tilray backburner, I will be going over. Game. Okay, let's look at game. We had a daily inside bar yesterday, which I would say that is a bull win, considering they had that huge move up and they didn't consolidate and break that low of the day prior day. I would say that's a win. We do have a gap fill now at, that's such a small gap fill, 125.79 to be aware of. 4 hour odds favor an EQ that kind of looks like this. Do we have enough room for a higher low on the 4 hour compared to 126.76? Had a nice move up yesterday, so we gave back a lot overnight. So that was overnight Wednesday, and we had a great move up yesterday. So I would even say we're positioned for a potential 5-minute backburner trade on GameStop. Okay, let's go to the next request. Hello, hello, good morning. SDC, Smile Direct Club. I was expecting more movement in Smile Direct Club when we were doing the dash to trash, and this is nothing about the company fundamentally. I just know it's a heavily shorted name and heavily disliked by the bears. So we have a double top at 296. That's going to be a problem. That's a fly in the bull's ointment until they can get that pesky double top out the way. They got problems. 266 is your hourly resistance, then 275, and you have a double bottom at 255 and 254. Hey, Madison, how are you, sweetie? Yep, I know you're the silver man, Matthew. Daily inside bar yesterday, resistance 1447, support 1355. Oh, that's a weekly inside bar, my bad. Okay, yep, now we got our double top along with our double bottom now, Matthew. And I did silver analysis this morning. Let's go look at what I did. On silver, we're still inside last week's price range. We've retraced approximately 50% of the price action from March 8th to March 15th low. We have the 4-hour and hourly double bottom. So AG is very similar in that it has double tops and double bottoms. Odds favor a lower high on any bounce, Matthew, compared to yesterday's high. So just recognize that you're closer to the lows than you are to the highs. So a bear break could be imminent. Odds favor a bear break because of proximity to that support. You're looking to flip ACB puts. Okay, so here's caution on the marijuana names. The option premium is going to be through the roof. The implied volatility will be super high. So please be careful with the puts. I would, if you are looking bearish, ACB, for example, I would be looking at selling a call spread. You're selling premium, you're going to be set up a lot better than just buying straight out puts. All right. Perfect. All right, let's get started. It is 8:29 a.m. Eastern, 6:29 a.m. Mountain Time on Friday, March 25th. Not to be confused with 420 day. Yes, it is 325, but I would beg to or argue that it is actually 420 day. It is heavy marijuana day with that news that came out yesterday afternoon. And Tilray Bears got squeezed overnight with a gap up. So it's been a wonderful day. Good morning. Good morning. Let's start with who I am. I'm Chart Gal Lori. I'm part of Chart Guys community and we teach technical analysis. I do this every day, typically 5 days a week. Next week will be a little different. I'll be here Monday, Tuesday, then Wednesday through Friday, I'll be on vacation. So Monday, Tuesday pregame show next week. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'll be on vacation. I'll keep reminding you of that so you don't show up and say, where the heck is that crazy Lori? So give me a follow on Twitter. I would appreciate it. And if you could hit the like button for this show, I would greatly appreciate it. So if you're interested in my chart setup, you can click on the link below in the video description to receive a PDF explanation. Here is my lingo, Queen of the Mountain, ninjas only, meaning if you're a consistently profitable trader, then that's trades that I would suggest because they're most likely very difficult and highly volatile. So I don't know why this struck me this morning, but the absolute worst thing as a trader is having to sell when you should be buying or buy when you should be selling. What do I mean by that? Let's go look at Tilray. It's crazy. Yesterday, I was watching Tilray right here. I'm like, that's a double bottom. But someone, if you put your stop below that 569 and it hit 568 and you sold, that was the area to be buying. And it's literally the worst feeling in trading. And how often does it happen? It happens all the time. Why? Because we're getting max fear capitulation in areas where you're like, oh my God, I can't take these losses anymore, and you sell. Well, you and 80% of the rest of the market are in the same boat, and you're selling where you should be buying and buying where you should be selling. So that's why we have to be technical. We can't be emotions based. We have to be technical and make technical decisions based on probabilities. So I don't know why that came to me this morning, but I just really felt compelled to, I should put this in big font. Market's pulling back a little bit here. The absolute worst thing is to have to sell when you should be buying or buy when you should be selling. Just a heads up, the Hang Seng is down 2.5%. Asia is a mixed bag, but the Hang Seng stood out a little bit as being down 2.5%. DAX is slightly red. So ES, we had a potential 4-hour bull flag. So I typed this about 3.5 hours ago. So I haven't made any updates. So we may have to update these notes. If you're a TCG member, I will be copying and pasting these notes into our chat room so you can mark them up at your leisure. I don't even like that word leisure. It should be leisure. Let's just say leisure. You can mark it up. And if you're a TCG member, I'll get these to you as soon as I shut the mic down. So let's go look at ES. And if you are just jonesing for some MJ discussion, don't you worry. We're going to get to it. So that 4-hour bull flag has confirmed on ES. So I have some more resistances up here for you. This 4585, 4586 are super obvious Mars level. Yes, Michelle, I can explain what a back burner trade is. And we have mods in the room that can also type it out. A back burner trade is when you have this crazy massive move like what we're having in ES right now. And you say, tell me when we get the first 5-minute oversold. And so you buy that 5-minute oversold bounce and as a scalp. That's a back burner concept. And we have a video on it. I don't know if it's available to the public or educational videos for TCG members only, but it is a TCG concept and approach to trading oversold bounces. So on ES, we got that bull flag. So I'm going to remove that resist. Actually, I'm not, because I do like to keep resistances on my chart. Is coming back into it, it could act as support again, or it could act as resistance again. So I'm just going to leave that on the chart. The bulls have bounced enough to give themselves enough room for hourly high or low. And let me show you what I was looking at. I didn't draw it on ES. I did draw it and share it in our futures room on NASDAQ. This is what I was looking at this morning. So I actually took a short here, shorting this hourly double top at 14835, 14840. So I am in a NASDAQ short. So this top trend line is confirmed. And this bottom trend line is not how I would want to see it for a standard megaphone, but the concept's still the same. Higher low, higher high, very little follow through, lower low, very little follow through, higher high, very little follow through. So we have a broadening formation on NASDAQ, something to be aware of. And it's that look above and fail, and it snookers in some more bulls and then it brings it back down and traps them. We see this often. So recognizing a broadening formation, if I haven't tested this one, so I don't want Jason to kill me, but okay, that one's not bad. But that's bad. Okay, so the concept is still the same. Let me do the path thing. It's a little bit clearer than my higher low, higher high, very little follow through, lower low, very little follow through, higher high, very little follow through. So you can see that the psychology is there of a broadening formation, i.e. megaphone, you know, like the cheerleader megaphone on NASDAQ and ES. It's just points of failure or points of exhaustion. Bulls got exhausted here, bears got tired here, bulls got tired here. Okay, let me give you your key levels. On ES, your new resistance, 4531, and your support, 4500. So this was the low that was hit at 2 a.m. So that 2 a.m. low becomes our new important low for the day. Yep, hit at 2 a.m. So on NASDAQ, that's 14693, and our most recent resistance, 14840. And if you're new to the pregame show and you're like, why is she ignoring me? I ripped through about 25 charts in 25 minutes. Why only 25 minutes? Because we go live in the Chart Guys chat room at 9 a.m. Eastern. We actually go live 3 times a day, 3 days a week, and 4 times a day, 2 days a week. So we are constantly answering questions. And even those twice a week when we have Zoom calls, we're looking at you eye to eye and getting to know you and working through whatever trading issues you have and answering technical analysis questions. So that's why the time frame is as such. So I think Jason will be live in 14 minutes. Okay, we talked about the Hang Seng and Germany index. Germany is up at 1% now. They were slightly red when I typed it out earlier, so they're getting some bull pushes. Same thing here with RTY. Higher low, higher high, look above and fell. That's really a double bottom, so that's not as clear. The top line is clear, but the bottom, that's a pretty impressive hold by those bulls, actually, of 2065. YM, it did the same thing. Higher high, higher low, higher high, lower low, higher high. So we're getting that exhaustion again. But when I was making my notes this morning, let's go back to my notes. NQ was coming from a lower low where ES was coming from a higher low. So it was just a little bit stronger. And on YM, I was noting a 6-hour lower high was most likely, but that got negated. And RTY was not as strong as the other indices. So let me see if that's still true. Nope, they got their higher high. So everybody got their higher high. But again, megaphones all around. You get a megaphone, you get a megaphone, you get a megaphone. Okay, US 10-year. US 10-year is just going sideways, and that's what the market bulls want. They want this to just chill out and roll over if at all possible. But I must say, the tech bulls have been totally unfazed by this US 10-year strength. They've been totally just like, no, I'm not listening to you. I'm just going to ignore that you're there. Just totally ignoring it. Okay. VIX continues its meltdown. Another little bear flag. I think it was a bear flag on the 2-hour. Yep, bear flag on the 2-hour. We're approaching support here at 21.49. VIX needs to find a bottom for the market bears to have any type of day that they want to have. There you go. Thank you, MG. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yep, Addict. We want 2 marshmallows. No particular reason I shorted NASDAQ. I, in general, love to trade NASDAQ more than RTY because NASDAQ moves faster. I get better range and volatility. But the megaphone, I could draw it very cleanly without breaking any trend line rules. I could draw that very cleanly on the hourly, where I couldn't on ES. You saw me try to do it on RTY. It just wasn't as clear. So that made that trend line that much more powerful for me on NASDAQ. But that's a really good question. Okay. VIX, we're talking about the meltdown. Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is our heads up, folks, we're going to have a bullish day for the market. If Bitcoin's our heads up, it has been straight grinding this 4-hour 8 EMA. And I want you to look at that slope. Look at the air pocket between the 8 and 21 EMA. Look at the air pocket between price and the 8 EMA. And look at that SOTIMA. So I know some of you are new, and for those of you who have been here before, you're like, why is she spelling this out again? Well, we do have new people every day. Slope of the EMA. So if you look at the slope, look how it's pointing up. That just shows that very big bull momentum. The bulls are large and in charge, and they are grinding that 8 EMA up, and they're looking to tackle this weekly resistance of 45426, where Ethereum already tackled its resistance and got a bull break. So Ethereum is its heads up, and Bitcoin is a laggard at the moment. 3284 is your next resistance on Ethereum. Daily RSI approaching overbought. 4-hour RSI, it is overbought. I'm sorry, I'm looking at NASDAQ at the corner of my eye. I'm going to cover a little bit of NASDAQ right here, from 14830 to 14803. So that's about 27 points on NASDAQ. I'm covering a partial. All right, going back to our crypto. The crypto is super bullish, and it absolutely could be our canary for the day. And this little minor pullback we're having in NASDAQ could be just a breather to take the next leg higher. Commodities. We continue to tighten inside last week's range on gold. Let's go look at gold. Again, if you're interested in my chart setup, it is in the video description below. You can just click on that link and it'll send you a PDF of my chart setup. We have a weekly inside bar. So these yellow candles are inside bars. We're still trading within that range. The only thing of concern with gold, when I go look at copper and I go look at oil, they have retraced a much more significant amount than gold has. So even with the news yesterday of Russia may accept payment for oil in Bitcoin or in gold, various headlines were floating around. Gold still never spiked above that 0.382. Slightly concerning if I were a gold bull. So we have made enough room for a 4-hour higher low, but we haven't necessarily made room for a 4-hour higher high because of the size of that retrace. So again, I just want to point out it's 0.382. We've only retraced 38% of the trading range from the high of March 8th to the low of March 16th. So on the hourly, we are in a downtrend. So hourly is fighting with this 50 RSI, and 4-hour is approaching the 50 RSI from above. Again, if you're new here, I use the 50 RSI as support and resistance. So if price has been holding 50 RSI, no problem. When it typically comes back and touches that 50 RSI, that can be a support area to buy. Oil. Oil hit that golden pocket, that 0.618 retrace area, pulling back, plenty of room for a daily high or low. And we typically like to look for that daily high or low when hourly is oversold. Michelle, this would be an example of a back burner trade right here. Is oil had a big push up, and you see that alert set right there. I'm going to actually create the alert again so you can see how I do it. Tell me when the RSI gets, and I just hit create, when the RSI gets oversold on the hourly for oil, looking for that daily high or low. Don't forget, it's Friday. Friday, we have Baker Hughes rig count. Don't forget about that. Amira Asia, I'll try to look at that. You want to look at airlines? I'll try to look at that. I love you back. Yes, Jorge, you can long the VIX with futures. Nat gas, whoo, look at that big bull. It's testing this resistance right here, 5572. It broke it by 0.005. That does not make a bull break, but that is pretty close enough. Let's see if they get followed through. Your next level after that is 5663. This is super impressive. Nat gas headlines have been plentiful, to say the least. They have been nonstop. Yellen's been talking about energy this morning. Biden was talking about energy this morning. So we just have tons of energy headlines. And that just tells me don't get caught on the wrong side of these energy headlines. So shorting energy right now is a difficult venture. I shorted it well yesterday. I told you about that trade, and I covered from 525 and I covered around 513. And I posted my exit in the Commodities channel if you're a TCG member, and I discussed my entry here yesterday morning. But I will no longer short nat gas or oil with all this headline risk that we have. Your key support, 5345. Let's go look at the Queen of the Mountain. Yeah, if y'all could hit the like button, I'd appreciate it. Really appreciate it. So what we're looking at on Amazon is a potential daily bull flag. When you get these lower wicks of bulls buying the dip, so what is our criteria for a bull flag? You have to have this major extension. On the consolidation, we want to see less than a third of the pull given back. We want to see lower wicks of bulls buying the dip. We want to see EMA hold. We want to see declining bear volume. Check, 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 check. All bull flag criteria met. This one middle candle is not ideal. You don't want to see upper wicks of profit taking, but not enough to negate this bull flag potential. So that has me looking long. I deleted all my stuff. Long Amazon. A dip buy of 32.43 would be beautimous. And your next resistance is, let me go to the 15-minute. Over the pre-market high is 330330. Baba. Baba, like a top fish of Baba. We have hourly bear flag setups. Now, these setups don't always work out. It can just totally be a raging bull. If the market is a raging bull, I'm going to stick to my bull setups. If the market is a raging bear, I'm going to stick to my bear setups, i.e. my Chinese names are all bear setups. Baba, let's flip through them quickly. Hourly bear flag potential. Baidu, hourly bear flag potential. Neo, hourly bear flag potential. Look at this. Neo's giving a big heads up here. Ooh, I want to short this. Do I want to short it? I do want to short it. I'm shorting Neo right here. I got a partial fill. I have 15% of my usual size. This is my anti-FOMO position. Then on any bounce into these EMAs around 2150, I would add up to 2150. Above that, I'd stop out. That's why I have such a small position, just anti-FOMO. So we have our China names with hourly bear flag setups, and also bearish headwind from last night's Hang Seng. Red, Baba, Baidu, NIO, bearish setups. MARA, Dan's been highlighting this one. I have missed this train, but I'm just getting on the train today to show you and tell you that MARA looks great for potential daily bull flag, crypto bullish overnight. I like the setup around 30.53. I like a dip buy on MARA to the long side. MSOS, been a laggard. So as Dan covered in the market video yesterday, aftermarket video, that when we see MJ headlines, we see them flock to the Canadian names like Sundial or Tilray because the algos can trade those. The ones that are OTC like CURLF GTBIF and all the other Fs, TCNNF, those are harder to trade by institutions and big money because they're over the counter and the liquidity's not there. So that's why people flock to Tilray. Well, MSOS is a US name. It's still liquid. It's not over the counter, but it's just not as, it's not the magnet for MJ news like Tilray and the Canadian names are. So MSOS, you could get a laggard play here today. You have support at 2089 and then down at 2016. I'm going to go over Tesla, saving Tilray for last. Tesla, this squeeze got me some kind of way. Look at this. Holding the 50 RSI. That is strong. Yesterday, we had a short attempt at open. That worked. But now we have gone sideways. We're consolidating in time and not price. This is a bullish chart. This is a super bullish chart. It could have a great lotto day. It also could roll over and puke as soon as we open. So it could just, oh, I have my speaker turned off. I had my soundboard. I was going to use it and I had turned off my sound. Dang it. So Tesla 999.05 is your support, and then 98880, and then finally Tilray. What a beautiful move, and our room was all over it. So if you're looking for first 5 minute oversold, which a lot of us are, let me turn on the RSI levels. Well, now that it moves, so right now it's at 759, and you have 742 is the 0.382 retrace that would keep an hourly bull flag alive. So 742, you see I have my alert set here for 750. So let me make sure I don't have my alert set for back burner. Let me go set it. Tell me when 5 minute RSI gets oversold. I want to buy off a support level, and I even want to know 15 minute. I want to know all the things, and even hourly. So if you sit here and watch me day in, day out, creating alerts, and it gets boring to you, trust me, being methodical and approaching every chart the same way, or every setup that you see that's like this, approaching it the same way and being consistent will help your trading results. So 742 is in focus for me today. Your first supports are 780, 775, then 742. Resistance 849 and above 849. Your next resistance is up at 858. 858 on Tilray. This will have most of our rooms focused today, and we will nail it in both directions. I'm sure of it because I work with the #1 MJ crew in the trading land. And that's not hyperbole, that's facts, absolute facts. And if you're a TCG member, you can attest to the fact that that is just super true. All right. Let's see. ApeCoin, sure. Let's look at ApeCoin. My wash machine is singing at the moment. Beautiful sound because I'm not doing the washing. Okay, so on ApeCoin. It has an inverse head and shoulder shape, but typically you want to see this at the bottom of a downtrend, and I would say this isn't, like, it is coming from a downtrend, but not a sustained downtrend where it'd be a trend reversal pattern. Nonetheless, we have a double top here at 1347, 1350. A break above 1350 would be a bull break on the hourly. Then your next resistance would be 1367. You have support at 1310. Blue Dog, no, you are the best. All right. Mandeep, I think we have a video on bull flags and bear flags, but we use the, let me stay on this chart actually and show you. Can I show you? Yes. So from the swing low here of March 21st to the swing high of March 24th, anything above 1247, you see that? Let me see if I can make it bigger. 1247, that 0.382 retrace keeps a bull flag hope alive. This is definitely not the best example I could have found. So look at Mara. So Mara, auto. So anything above 2690 on, y'all see me do this every day. It gets kind of old, doesn't it? Anything above 2690 keeps a bull flag alive on MARA. So that swing low from March 15th to that swing high of March 26th, we draw our fib retrace. And then on any pullback, the bulls are going to want to see 2690 hold and hold those EMAs in order for the bull flag to stay alive. Good morning. I don't do Apple every day. Apple looks beautiful. You see I have my alert here at 176, 176.24 and 176.65 are Mars levels. Bears will be waiting there. 4 hours overbought. Hourly is trying to cool off, but as long as these 4 hour 8 EMAs are holding, the bulls are large and in charge. Facebook, same thing. 4 hour EMAs, large and in charge. Resistance 22067, we broke over that. Your next resistance is 221, we broke over that. 235 is your next resistance. IMX. No, that's not. Oh, that is a coin. Daily inside bar, yesterday's support 210.4. We have a double bottom at that level, and you have resistance at 2368. On the hourly, you're totally being suppressed by the hourly 50 MA. You see how it's rejecting price? If you can get over the hourly 50 MA, you would therefore be getting over 2212 resistance, and that would be good for the IMX bulls. Well, it's Friday. I'm going to give myself the next 7 minutes off to relax and wait for Jason to go live. TCGers, I will copy and paste these notes for you and I will put them in the room. I appreciate you joining me. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll be here Monday and Tuesday of next week. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I will be off and we will have no pregame show. And maybe y'all miss me a little more. What is it? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Maybe that'll work. All right. Love y'all. Use stop losses. And bye, Madison. Love you.